Alrighty, good morning. Yesterday we were able to get almost 20 feet down. This morning I'm going to show you how we fill in the edges where we have to cut, and I'm going to show you how we cut the blocks, how we measure for cutting the blocks. We have knee boards down because you don't want to walk on the pavers until they're sanded. That's what locks it all together. So try to stay off of it. We put the knee boards down so we can walk across it without stepping on the pavers, and it disperses the weight all the way through. So what we're going to do, we're going to start filling in the holes on both sides, because as we're going up, the driveway expands in width. And so we have to cut the pavers to fit on both sides to keep them all lined up. So basically we're going to take, still using our pattern, we're going to take and measure the block that fits in here, which is going to be about 5 inches. So basically we're going to take a 6-inch one, we're going to mark it at 5 inches, and we're going to cut the one that fits right there. Then we're going to go up, and there's several ways you can cut. There's a gas-powered cut-off saw that you can use. There's a guillotine cutter which you can use, which is very quick. This is a more formal driveway, so we're using a skill saw with a carbide with a diamond blade in it. And we'll go up and we'll show you how we cut them. Okay. We marked our paver, just regular carpenter's pencil. Sometimes because of the dust, you want to use a felt tip marker. That way it doesn't blow off as you're cutting. We have a diamond blade in our skill saw, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our dust mask on, because it's very, very dusty and you don't want to breathe that stuff in. Put our dust mask on, and we're going to put our skill saw there and follow the line. Hopefully it'll fit. And we're always putting the cut side towards our edge. That way it gives our spacing for our, how the pavers have little bumps on them. And those bumps space the pavers out, so when you put the sand in, it gives a space for the sand to go to, for the compaction, so they don't move. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead and cut these all out and fill them out. We'll do some more screeding, and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, we've been laying pavers now for a few days, and we're up here doing our transition from the front walkway to the driveway. So we put our borders down, we're going to string line, these will all get cut. I just wanted to show you how we measure and cut for the transition. We still are following our pattern out straight this way and straight up this way. So the next block that we need is a 9 by 6 by 9, and there will be another 6 by 9, but another 6 by 9 will not fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure to cut. And so basically we're going to measure over to our block, which is 4 inches. So we're going to mark out on this one 4 inches. And the top part we run over straight, and it's going to be 6 3/4 inch. So mark out 6 3/4 inch. And now we're going to take and put a straight edge on here, and mark a line. And that's where we're going to cut to fit in right here. So we're going to go over and I'll show you how we cut. You can cut the pavers several ways. One of the way, and the easiest way, is with a tile saw. We also can get a diamond blade for a skill saw, which we cut most of the bigger blocks with. Also, there's a guillotine cutter that you put the block in and it'll smack them and it'll cut it right down the line. Not a fine cut, but you'll have to do some chipping and stuff with the cutter. We've chose this because of our transition. We want it to be fairly tight, so we're going to go ahead and use the plow saw. First thing, you want to make sure that you have a set of earplugs because it's very, very noisy. Next thing is make sure that you have safety glasses. And what we do is I usually line up, since we're cutting angles, I take an old trowel and line it against the blade so we're right on the line for our cut. And what happens when this has a pump in it and the blade is water cooled, so we're going to go ahead and cut this one. Nice and slow. You don't want to push against the blade too hard. The blade will cut, and it just follow the speed of the cut. Now we'll go over and see if it fits. How about that? So what we've done is we're going to run our border against the string. We have a nice string line here that's going to give us our cuts for all these cuts right here. As you notice, I'm working off of a board. You always want to work off of work boards. That way you're dispersing the weight over the pavers. You're not stepping on individual pavers and rocking them in the sand. So we work off boards. It's easy to stack the product on the boards behind us and work forward. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this corner out and get this ready to go, and we'll be back with you in a little bit. We have now got to the other end of our pavers. We're going to butt up to the asphalt on this side. So what we've done is we marked out from our pavers and ran a straight line, cut it with a saw with a carbide blade on it, put our sand in, and we used a small screed, and we screed it from the blocks out to our blacktop to get our height of our sand, and then came back and just kind of leveled off all the rough edges with a trowel, just like you're troweling cement. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our border blocks down again on this side, and we'll go ahead and cut in our pieces, and we'll show you all that when we get there.